What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got a review on the zetkayaks Ninja. Finally, I've had this boat for about 8 months now, so I wanted to get on a bunch of different rivers before I laid out a review for you. I'll just kind of talk about the boat as I show you some clips of it. Boofing, going down river, doing some play, that kind of thing. Yeah, I hope you like it, and if you have paddled the Zetninja already, let me know how you like it or don't like it or any thoughts about it. Yeah, and I'll see you on the river. Alright, let's start out with creeking here. The Ninja is kind of a mixed bag with creeking. I think it does very, very, very well on this high flow, anything high flow, whether it's creeking or any type of big rivers, big water. But when it gets into the bank, it does struggle a little bit. It's got a very wide back edge on it, right behind your hip area, and that tends to drag on rocks, and it can flip you pretty easy. So I didn't enjoy it that much on kind of the mank, like the green slides, like this kind of stuff on the West Fork, like you're seeing here. But it did fine. It did fine. It just wasn't one of the best boats for that. So I probably give it like a 7 for like mank creeking, but like high flow, voluminous water creeking, I would say like a 9.5 or 10. The bow can tend to get away from you like some other Zet boats, so you got to really drive it and keep it pointed in the direction you want to go. If you kind of let up and lazily paddle, it will kind of punish you in that aspect. It is pretty stable though overall. Again, it's pretty wide, but when you kind of get caught on some rocks is where it can get you and flip over. If you're looking at racing and you know it's in a creek or narrow river, kind of like the green, it'll probably do pretty well. So overall, in combination, I'll give this 8.5 for creeking. Here's a couple clips where you can see that back edge catching and flipping me over. So how I outfitted it here for myself, thigh hooks all the way back, and then I scooted the seat it's like 3/4 of the way back, not all the way back. I want the bow to be able to come up a little bit. I've found on walker boats too, if I'm a little small, if I put the seat back a little bit, I ride a little higher and it makes me go a little faster. It engages these rails back here on the stern. This boat doesn't feel heavy to carry, but the only thing is there's nowhere to like grab onto. So I don't know, I might put like a little rope through the foam here to try to grab onto something when you're carrying it. This doesn't have a lot of space. There's like one little finger hold up in there, and there's like, you can put your finger on the end of that thigh hook there, but not a lot of carry space, so to speak. But it's fairly light for a creek boat. Here's some clips from the initial review I did that just goes over the outfitting. After paddling this boat for a long time, the outfitting is super comfortable, just like all other Zet boats. It's easy to get out of if you were to potentially get entrapped. Easy to maneuver around for the most part, except for the hip pads. The only thing I didn't like was in the last clip you saw there, the being able to carry it. It's just one little finger hold. I wish they would have put a rope or a bigger handhold for carrying the boat. Other than that, the outfitting is super solid. The ratchets are awesome. Ropes, everything in there is designed really well. Alex Barham also has a video explaining how great the Zet outfitting is too, so check that video out. If you want to see the specs and everything like that on the boat, check out this old video I had of the initial review. The plastic on these boats are pretty much indestructible. Outfitting and safety and that kind of thing, I have to give it really a 9.5. I love that outfitting. It's solid. That's all I can say about it.
Oh my God!
So for playability, this is a 3/4 slice design, so it's not really made for playing, obviously. But you can get it vertical with some effort. Even my little butt can get it vertical in some bigger eddy loans. It's 360 spins, pretty decent off rocks and in holes and that kind of thing. It is wide, so you gotta be careful when you're side surfing. And you could plug it for some loops if you're good enough. Overall, I'd give it probably like an 8.0 for playability. Downriver, this boat is very, very, very good, especially in those high flow runs. It's fast. The bow rocker's lowered a little bit, so you feel like you're one with the water. Cuts and carves super nicely. You can load that stern up for a pivot turn. It boosts really well for those high volume water boosts. Cuts over holes nicely, punches through holes. It also just makes your experience in the water more fun. When you're going fast, going over holes, having a good time, your day is always more fun on the river. Only a few negatives I have here downriver. It's a little bit harder to roll because it is wide in the back of your hips area. And the other thing is I wish I had a little more edge up top where the bow is. It kind of fades off to a displacement hole in the top of the bow. I wish there was a little more edge there for catching eddies a little bit more sharply. Overall, though, for this boat for downriver, I give it a 9.5 because it is one boat that can do it all downriver. overall, the Ninja is a great high-performance creeker for the medium-sized paddler. I can't say I'd recommend this for beginners, but for the advanced to intermediate paddler range, it's an awesome boat that will connect you with the water, sharpen your skills, and keep you high and dry on those high flow runs.